and welcome to another tutorial. In today's lesson we'll learn how to recreate this cool looking blur reveal effect using Adobe After Effects. So anyways guys, let's jump in. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to create a new composition, and I'm just going to go with a 3840 by 2160 comp at a duration of about 10 to 15 seconds. Just press OK. Once we have that, then what we need to do is we need to create a new solid, and I'm going to call that map. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to search for the effect called fractal noise, and I'm going to put it onto that solid. The first thing in here that I'm going to change is the complexity. I'm going to drop it all the way down to 1. So now the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to animate the brightness. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I'm at the first frame of my composition. I'm going to set it to negative, let's say 100, so it's completely black. And then I'm going to hit that stopwatch. I'm going to move forward in time to roughly around about, let's say 4 seconds. And then I'm going to go to probably about 20. And I'm going to press U on my keyboard, copy that first keyframe, go to about 8 seconds and paste it in like that. And now if you've done that correctly, now you'll have this kind of slow fade in and then a slow fade out. What we are going to do is we are going to highlight all of those keyframes, go to keyframe assistant, and then just go to easy ease. If you want to change the duration of all of this, you can hold option and drag that down to however much you want, but I reckon halfway of this 15-second composition. Then I need to make it loop out to the end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold option or alt, click on that stopwatch, and then I'm going to write loop out, press tab. I'm going to open up the quotations and then just write ping pong, press tab, and now we will have that animation looped. Or you could just copy the keyframes. Once we have that, we also need to animate the evolution. So I'm going to hit the stopwatch for evolution, make sure I'm at the first keyframe, move to the end, and let's go through maybe 2 revolutions. And so now we've got this pretty cool looking animation. The next thing that I'm going to add on this is I'm going to add some turbulent displays. Now you can play around with some of these settings and we'll definitely come back and check them out a little bit later, but I'm going to change it to twist smoother. I'm going to change the amount to roughly around 90 and the size probably drop that down to about 80 as well. And now when you go through that, now you can start to see that it's kind of wiggling a little bit. We're going to make that wiggle even more pronounced by going to the evolution, and then I'm going to be writing time times 200. And so now you will see that it's actually going to move. So that will make our blur reveal even more pronounced. So that's pretty good. So now what we need to do is we need to go to layer, pre-compose, and we'll just call that map. And so now we have the blur map there. The next thing that we need to add in here is some text. So if I right click in here and add a new text layer, and if I write blur, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make that a little bit bigger, and then I'm just going to align it to the center of the composition. The font that I'm using is Mission Gothic Black. Feel free to follow along with that font. Otherwise, use any font that you like. So now that we have our text in there, what we're going to do is we are going to apply some compound blur to that text layer. So we're going to change the blur layer to our map. We're going to change the source to effects and masks, and then you can see what is actually happening with the background. Now we don't need the map in here, but when you take the map off, you can see what actually happens to the text. And so now we've got our pretty cool blur map on our text. We need to increase the maximum blur, let's say to about 60, and you can play around with some of these settings. So if 60 is too much, you know, maybe you can drop it down a bit, but I'm pretty happy with something like that. And now you can see that the text is kind of going in and then coming back out. So that's looking pretty cool. If you want to go back and change everything, all you have to do is go back into the map settings, and then if you go back into your contrast or your brightness or anything like that, you can really change how it looks in there. The only other thing that I am going to add to the map is I'm going to add some vignette. So if I add some vignette and then if I move the amount, you can see what is actually starting to happen. So we don't want to have this, like the blur going absolutely everywhere. So now it's a bit softer on the edges as well. So I've just increased that to maybe, let's say, about 600 or so. You can play around with some of those settings if you want. Once you've done all of that, then the final bit is to just add the background and some noise. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a new layer. I'm going to call it BG. I'm going to make sure that it is underneath everything. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to search for the effect called gradient ramp. Then I'm going to go to color hunt. So now in color hunt, all I need is a darkish kind of color. So I'm probably going to go with this color over here, and all I'm going to do is replace the white on this side. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it to a radial ramp. I'm going to move the first start of the ramp over there and the end of the ramp over there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap the colors. And so now I've got a nice background that goes with that. And then the final thing in here is I'm going to add another new adjustment layer. And in here, I'm going to add the effect called noise. And I'm going to bump that up to probably about 10%. And that's about it. So now we've got this cool kind of blur reveal effect. Now, if you don't like how much of that vignette is showing, you can always go back to your map and then kind of reduce that down so it comes a bit more onto the sides. So I'll probably leave it at around about 300. That's like the intro video. So there you go, guys. That's how we do a blur reveal effect using Adobe After Effects. I hope you guys learned something. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.